All right, back with some more Lowheat. Excited to open this pair. Very excited to open this pair. Somehow, some way, the sneaker gods blessed me with a first come, first serve hit on the sneakers app. I was even a little late. I was like, I think a minute, 2 minutes late in getting on. I thought these were going to be a draw. You already know what it is from the title and the thumbnail. But I thought these were going to be a draw. They weren't. They were just first come, first serve. I think maybe Nike knew these weren't as hype as maybe some other releases, so they just did first come, first serve. And I don't know, somehow 7:02 Pacific time, and I hit on the white ones. Got the notification real fast that I got these. Did not hit on the black ones. I tried. But I don't know how it worked, but I got these, and I'm very happy, very stoked. I signed up on some other raffles, struck out, so was super surprised when I, of all places, hit on the sneakers. Now, for the record, I have had a couple biggish hits, first come, first serve on sneakers. I really, the biggest draw I've ever got, I suppose, is the Jordan 1 neutral grays, and those have gone up over time. They didn't start off high resale. That's like the biggest hit, I would say, off a draw on sneakers. Others have been, I've not wanted too much. They haven't gone for a ton of money. They've been women's shoes. I have got, I think, the Cactus Plant Flea Market Vapor Maxes, like now at this point, what is that, 3 years ago? I hit first come, first serve. That's probably my biggest first come, first serve hit. So these aren't going for a ton at all. These are barely going for above retail, but I still think it's a big win. They sold out still, instantly. So big W for me, and especially because I'm a Virgil Abloh Off-White fan. If you don't know, now you know. So we got the Air Force 1 Mid SP in white, clear, and black. Size 12. I did size 12 to be safe. Air Force 1s, I think you can go true to size most of the time, maybe even half size down. But as always, I like to be safe, and going half size up usually doesn't ruin anything. So as you can see by the packaging is sick. I forgot to do a ton of research on these. My bad. I forget what the inspiration for the brick packaging is. Someone knowledgeable can drop it in the comments. You got the Off-White Care of Nike branding on the front. Now, before we look at them, what's real special about these is unless there's more info out, unless he left more details, blueprints, etc., this could be our last Nike Off-White collab we get, other than those green MoMA Air Force 1s that are rumored to be dropping eventually. And those are going to be super limited, hard to get. So this could be our last wide release Off-White Virgil Nike designed shoe. So it's a special one. The Blazers came out just a little bit ago. I did an unboxing video of both those colorways. Again, maybe he left some blueprints or ideas, and maybe Off-White continues to work with Nike, and there's more Off-White drops, collabs in the future, inspired by some of his work, it's what he said, and things he's left behind. But to my knowledge, the ones where he really had a hand in designing, these might be the last ones, other than those green ones. So special pair. Yeah, so we have here, if you can see, I'll tilt the camera up just a little bit. We have the Off-White branding, Nike swoosh on the top of the box there. Kind of got your Mario vibes here with a brick. Off-White paper inside, branded paper. Kind of the repeat pattern we've seen in a lot of his shoes lately. And this end up branding there. This end up there. Very, very Off-White. Labeling like that. Whoa, these are wild. These are absolutely wild. So, a couple of things right off. We'll get into all the details. There's a lot to go over with this sneaker. A lot I like already. There's a lot people don't like about these. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that as well. But man, these are wild. These are crazy. I'm stoked to get these. I'm stoked to have these in hand. I was going to be real bummed if I didn't. I mean, for me, it's special that I got these for retail because, like, I probably would have paid resale for these. They're not going for a ton. I'm tempted to get the black ones, but, like, even paying just the principle of the matter, paying slightly over or just having to get these off the resale market, I'm stoked that I was able to get these off the sneakers app. So right away, lots of people don't vibe with the spikes. I get it. It's kind of a nod to a lot of the track shoes he's done. But look, these ones, at least they're not all over. A lot of the track shoes, these were all over the sole of the shoe. These ones, they're not. I think these are perfect. I think I've said it in those videos. These are perfect to wear on grass. You know, you got a concert you're going to or whatever, or if you're a parent, you want to show out at the kids soccer game. I think these are, or football game, a perfect choice for those things. You know, picnic in the park. You want to stunt on all the other parents. Hit them with these. Yeah. So there's that. The spikes, they don't go across the whole foot. So there you have it. I think the next thing I think a lot of people would say is, oh, I rather have the Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones. And, you know, that comparison comes up because those are also released right around this time. Or they might say, obviously, the MoMA Air Force Ones, you know, the green ones that are coming out. Well, I mean, yeah, most people would. I just don't know what that comment adds to the conversation, right? I just really don't, like, I rather have them, sure. Like, I don't think you're going to find anyone who disagrees with that statement. Of course, you rather have the Air Force, the Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones. That's not news and doesn't lend anything to the conversation about these specifically. Though, like, first off, to actually have that statement have impact, I think you got to have access or be able to afford those Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones. So that takes out 99% of us right there. Second, the requirement to make that statement. So that's the first one. It should eliminate 99% of the people. In addition to that, having access and being able to afford them, you should also have some sense of taste and style to make that comment. And third, you should still have an appreciation of Virgil's work in Off-White and have that context. And so unless you meet all three of those requirements, that statement just doesn't, it's not really valid, I don't think, at least personally. Also, like, a lot of what Virgil's, you know, his preachings, I don't know if it was from Marcel Duchamp or what have you, but, you know, changing things 3%, that is a lot of what he's done with the Air Force Ones, you know, changing the color, adding the hang tag, adding some print. He's done that. So this is definitely stepping beyond just changing something 3%, so which I appreciate. Here you have the double lacing that he's done on a number of shoes from the Dunks. All of his Dunk lows he's done this on, and a lot of his track shoes. That's interesting. You have see-through mesh here. None of this is really leather. You have this really soft collar up here. You have the strap because these are mids, and it looks like it might be reflective. You have the classic hang tag, Off-White hang tag, and deconstructed swoosh with the orange tab, not loose this time, but stitched in. You have a lace lock right here, air stitching on the top of the tongue. Your Off-White for Nike Air Force One, Beaverton, Oregon. That's been standard. We've already talked about the outsole. You have this thick piece of rubber right there that extends. That's interesting. It's just a wild shoe, right? I mean, I think shoes being compared to artwork is maybe a little overused at times, but I mean, in this instance, I don't think it's wrong, right? I think the black ones are probably more popular amongst most people. I think that's fair, but I like white shoes too, so predominantly anyway, so for me, they're fine. I'm going to try these on. So I would say if you're, you know, a lot of people are down with the hype Off-White stuff, right? So a lot of people like the Dunks and the Jordans and all that stuff, and the original 10, the Air Force 1s, but like, I don't know. If you've watched any of my other videos on Virgil stuff or the Off-White unboxings, like I'm a Virgil fan mainly, not just in part because there's some commonalities. He's from the northern Midwest, a little above my age. He went to the same college I went to, so there's all that stuff right off the bat that I'm a little biased and a fan of his work. But beyond that, if you watch any of his speeches or any of his interviews, I think he had some very interesting ideas, changed the space like forever, and moved everything forward in an interesting way, more progressive way. I don't think he's probably a perfect human being. Most people aren't. We don't know. He's not one to be like, shouldn't worship him. Not that anyone really does, but I'm just saying, I think he had his heart in the right place a lot of the time. So with that said, yeah, he passed away in Thanksgiving, so it's been like half a year. Just still bums me out when I think about it, just because a lot of the stuff that he did, it was exciting. And even after he crested and like it wasn't quite as white hot, he wasn't quite as white hot. Off-White wasn't quite as like meteoric. He had been at LV for a while, and people were starting to fade a little bit on everything he was doing. It was still exciting every time there was news about an Off-White collab or an Off-White or Louis Vuitton project or show, whether you liked it or didn't like it. It was a topic of conversation, new products coming out or leaks. So, you just don't have that anymore, so with him gone. So that's just kind of a bummer, for one. But we have this, we have, the legacy, and still some stuff to look forward to. I'm interested to see what the brand does going forward without him. Hopefully it survives and carries on and continues to do interesting things. He's laid a nice groundwork and foundation for it. And as I said, has changed the industry forever. So without that, he's definitely inspired people. And so like you see that in other designers and works. So that's there, and that will continue on. Just, he really propelled it from day to day. So that how Off-White will function without him, that will be kind of missed. Also, Louis Vuitton. They did their last runway show with him in mind and a tribute to him. And going forward, I think there'll be less of that. So, yeah. On feet, these look dope. These look like space shoes from the future. I look like Marty McFly in a good way. I think in an exciting, dope way. I mean, these are crazy. And I like them. I love these. I love these a lot. I'm going to be tempted to wear these very soon. And so you can see with the see-through mesh, you can see through to the socks. These are a good pair of socks. These Brewer socks that I'm wearing are a good sock. Not a perfect match, but kind of go with these. Here, I'll lace one up completely. You can definitely, if you're in the market at all, if you've missed on Off-White stuff, like these are an affordable pair. I would suggest you look at the Blazers that came out. I would suggest you look at these, some of the track shoes. If you're at all like, oh, Off-White's Nike stuff's so expensive, the resale, etc., hard to get, I never win, yada, yada, yada. Look at all the ones I just named. Definitely affordable, maybe even under retail. Take a look, depending on your size. So, don't just dismiss that you can't get a pair, because all those lesser popular ones you totally can. The other day I was at Syndicate LA in Chinatown here, and I was looking at a pair of the lot of 50 Dunks, very expensive, but if you can find a used pair for not crazy money. I don't know what you do with the lace lock here and these extra laces. A little unsure what to do there. Just tuck them? Should I just tuck them in? I could tie them off. I could put them through this last hole and then tie them off. Anyways, I'll figure out that in a moment. But here, let's strap these up. Okay, so I could strap them into the laces too. Put them through here. Yeah, I could put them through here and tie it off. Under the strap, though. I just don't want to restrap. Anyways, I think these look sick. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please subscribe while you're at it. I think these look... Man, I hope the black ones go under retail, because I would love to get a pair of the black ones too. Oh, also, yeah, any of the track shoes look in your size. They're affordable. And yes, the Blazers, these, those are the ones I would look at. For sizing on these, they're like Air Force One sizing. You can go true to size. These are a little big on me. Yeah, actually considerably big, but that's okay. These are still wearable. It's not too big that it's a problem, but I would go true to size. True to size, just like a normal Air Force One. True to size, or even half size down. So if I do end up getting the black pair, I definitely will go true to size. I'll even consider, if there's a big price difference, if like size 11 is like way cheaper, I'll even consider getting the size 11s. I just know with a higher ankle, sometimes my big foot's hard. It's hard to get in, and then once in, it's fine. But like, it's hard to get in, so I just I went half size up for whatever reason, and just in worrying about that. So let's give these a rating. I don't think this is like, I think like some of the original, the 10, those are a 10, not pun intended, not intended, whatever. I don't think these are those. I think like, you know, the other Jordan ones, the UNC ones or the Euro ones, those are in the 9s, right? Some of his later releases, like the All Hallows Eve, Grim Reaper, the Serena Blazers, all those are in the 9s. I don't think these are quite there. Lot 1 and 50 of the Dunks are 9s. One shoe we could get maybe is the yellow Air Jordan 1, Off-White Air Jordan 1. There's like slight rumors on that. I think it's more realistic we get the green Air Force 1. Who knows if eventually they release or manufacture the canary yellow Jordan 1s. If those drop, that will be huge too. That will blow, you know, I would need those. Definitely would take an L probably, but like most of you. So I think these definitely get an 8. I don't know if these meet the 9. These definitely get an 8 for me. Like having these on foot, seeing these in hand, these are so, like these are wild. These are so cool though. Like these are wild and crazy, but in the best way possible. So over an 8. Don't think they make a 9. I think I give these an 8.5. Yeah, I think that's fair. I give these an 8.5. I wouldn't want to go lower than that, and I think 8.75 is where some other shoes that I'm not thinking of, some other Off-Whites that I'm not thinking of, probably go in that 8.75 range. So right under there. Great shoe. I'm going to be keeping my eye on the prices of the black ones just to kind of round, you know, because I'm a fan, I want to collect as many Off-White collab Nikes as possible without breaking the bank. So that means basically the least popular ones. I'm going to be looking to collect, and I'll have a nice little collection of Off-White Nike track shoes, basically. And then like I'll have 2 grails amongst them. No, 3. I have the UNC Jordan 1s I paid resale for, but by today's standards, I got a great price. I got the Jordan 5, sale Jordan 5s. Those are still dead stock, but I paid a hefty price for them, and they're still at that price. And then I hit on retail the Volt Air Force 1s, Off-White Air Force 1s. So that's a gem in the collection. Everything else is like, you know, retail, basically. So, bought them on the aftermarket, but paid about retail for them. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Long video. If you stuck it out this whole time, I appreciate you. And check out my other videos. We'll be back with some more Low Heat very soon.